Hi everyone, I am here with another video on lists. So this is the last video on lists. Earlier I have made 5 parts and this is the sixth one. So with this I am going to conclude this topic on lists. So this topic or this video focuses on list methods and list functions. Most of the list methods I have covered in my first video, that is Python lists part 1. So if anything is left over, then I'll be covering that now. So for example, the list methods here are append, clear, copy, count, extend, index, insert, pop, remove, reverse, and sort. These are the methods on lists. There are some functions that can be applied with lists. So first of all, what is the fundamental difference between list methods and list functions? List methods are the methods or else we can consider them like functions only. Functions that are applied on objects, list objects. They are called list methods. When it comes to functions, for them, they will not be applied on the objects, but lists will be sent as parameters to these. So the code or the function to which the list is sent as parameter is called a list function. The function which is called on the object, on the list object, they are called list methods. That is the difference between these two. Normally, list methods does not return a list. Why? Because the method itself is called on the list object. Whatever the changes we make, they will be made on the original list itself. When it comes to list functions, they will return a list. That is also one difference between list methods and list functions. Okay, so let us have a look at one after the other. Append. Append, clear, count, extend, index, insert, pop, remove. These are all covered in video 1. That means Python lists part 1. So anyway, I'll be giving the brief description about all these things. Append. As the name indicates, append is to add an element at the end of the list. Clear. It clears the contents of the list. Count. Count will give the number of occurrences of one particular element in the list. Extend. This extend will join the elements of another list into the first list. Then index. Index will retrieve the position of the given element. Insert. Inserts a new element into a particular position. Pop will remove the element by position. If no parameter is mentioned, it will remove the last item. If a parameter is mentioned, that means if position is given as parameter, it will be removing the element at that position. Remove removes an element. Okay, so what I have not discussed in earlier videos are copy, reverse and sort. Let us see them. Then we will come back to these list functions. Copy. So while discussing list slicing, I told you how to copy a list. So I will repeat that same again here. Let us assume A is one list which is having the elements 1, 2, 3, 4. I would like to create a copy to A. In other programming languages, if I do something like this, B will be a copy of A, and whatever the changes you make to A from hereafter will not be reflected on B. That is the nature of copying in other programming languages. But in Python, if I say B equal to A, both A and B will be pointing to the same memory and they will represent the same list. So for example, you see, I will make some changes to A. A dot append 5. I am adding one element to A. If I print A, if I print A, what should be printed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 should be printed. Then I will try to print B. So as I have stored a copy of A into B earlier before this change, B should be 1, 2, 3, 4. But what happens? Let us just see. This is A, P, P. Yeah. You see, both A and B are representing the same list. That is the problem with Python copying a list. For this one, explicitly we have to use the function copy. B equal to A dot copy. Now let us run this code. You just see here what is there in place of A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is printed for B, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is one way to copy. Another way is, I have introduced this earlier, using list slicing to copy. Now let me print C. This C should also print 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here I have told you two methods to copy a list. One is by copy method and another one is by list slicing. Next, let us come back to the list methods. Then we have not discussed reverse and sort yet. Let us discuss them. Let us take one list A equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then if I want to reverse the elements of the list, I can use a list method reverse. What will happen? The contents of A is reversed and the result is placed in A itself. That means the in place reversal is done. If I print A, so A is changed to reverse of A. So we cannot get that original A. Okay. So what is there in A right now? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The changes are made in place. In place in the sense in the original A itself. So this is the nature of reverse. What it will do? It will reverse the contents of the list. What is the alternative way to reverse? Using list slicing. This will also do the job. As I have reversed A in previous step, it will bring A into original form. You see. So this is also one way to reverse. Next one. The next list method that we have to cover is sort. What this sort will do? Let me consider a list 5, 4, 5, 3, 4, 6, 9, 8. There are 6 elements in the list. Suppose if I apply sort, as this is a method, this should be applied on list object itself. A dot sort. What will happen? Sorting will happen in place. That means the elements are sorted into ascending order and they will replace the original A. Now if I print A, the sorted list will be printed. 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. Then the parameters, the regular parameters that this sort takes is reverse equal to true. If I make reverse equal to true, the elements will be sorted in descending order. Okay. So this is how we use sort method. Next, I think I have covered all the list methods. Next, I will be focusing on list functions. So first I will consider len. What is the len function? For example, print len of A. The output for this one should be 6. What does this len of A mean? This is nothing but the size of the list. Size is nothing but the number of elements in the list. So len is applicable not only for list, it is applicable for dictionary, tuple, set, string, for all the data types of uh, Python, it is applicable. Next, let me consider sorted and reversed. They act just like our sort and reverse, but the difference between them is A is one list here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me consider one list B. B equal to, sorry, B equal to sorted of A. Then print B. Then print A. Let us see what will happen. Okay. Oh, sorry. I took A in sorted form only. We can't see that. So let me do this like 3, 8, 1. Sorry, 4, 8, 1, 3, 6. Okay, let me do this. You see what happened with B. So sorting is done on A and the result is returned to B. That is the nature of list functions. They will take list as the parameter and they will return a list. B equal to sorted of A. Then print B. B is printed and it is in sorted form. What happens to this A? This is not in place sorting. A will remain as it is. That is the difference between sorted and sort. With sorted also, you can do this reverse equal to true to print the list in descending order. You see 86431. The original list A is not disturbed. Okay, this is the nature of sorted. Similarly, we can work with reversed of A. So let us see what will happen. So with reversed, it generates another object which is not of type list. You have to explicitly convert this to list. Now what will happen? The order of these elements will be reversed. For example, 6 in last will come to first and so on. The original list is not disturbed. That is the difference between reverse and reversed, sort and sorted. So when you do sort or reverse, that happens in place. That means the original list gets modified. When you use reversed or sorted, the original list can be retained as it is, and whatever the operation we perform, the result of that will be stored in another list. Okay, that is how we can use sorted and reversed. Next let us cover this enumerate. Enumerate. Enumerate is to count the list elements. Okay, so the result of this enumerate is a list of tuples. What is the result of this enumerate function? A list of tuples. Let us see this one. Let us take A equal to it is students names. Students equal to Alekia, Bindu, Charita, Dinesh, etc. Now I will be using enumerate on this list. For I, comma, name in enumerate of students. I will be print I plus 1 student equal to comma, or else student 1 equal to, that will be more meaningful. Student 1 equal to name. So all this is just to print it in a neat form. This is double quote here. Yes, now it is fine. Print student equal to name. Let us see what will be printed. Let me run this code. You see, student 1 equal to Alekia, student 2 Bindu, student 3 Charita, student 4 Dinesh. What is the result of this enumerate of students? That is nothing but a list of tuples. The first element in that each tuple will be the position of the element, and next one is the element. Let me just print that and let us see this one. Enumerate, print. If I print enumerate, will it print? Let me just, I doubt it. Enumerate students. Let me try to print this one. Yeah, it will display as enumerate object, it can't print. Why? This print cannot be applied on this object. So I should consider this as a list. Yeah, you see what happened. This for loop I have run just to display the output in a convenient format. The actual enumerate of students will be having the elements like this. 0 is the position of first element, 1, 2, 3. How it is getting stored? It is a list of tuples. I think you know that tuples are enclosed in round brackets. Lists are enclosed in square brackets. Each tuple will be containing two elements exactly. The first element will be position, second element will be the actual item of the list. Okay. So these two elements I have read into I comma name. This is how we use enumerate. Enumerate is used to count the list elements or to keep track of the list elements by their position. Okay. Next let us see zip function. Zip function. How to work with this zip function? When we have multiple iterables or multiple lists, the corresponding indexes can be considered together, and the output of those multiple lists will be one single list. Okay, so let me just show this one to you. Let me take A equal to 1, 2, 3, B equal to 4, 5, 6, some C equal to zip of A comma B. Print C. Let us see what will happen. Oh, this is a zip object. This must be explicitly converted to list type. You see what is happening here. 1, 4, the corresponding elements are combined. Again, this is like our enumerate output. This is also in the form of list of tuples. Each tuple is nothing but it is combining the elements of corresponding indexes. Here I have considered 3 elements in A, 3 elements in B. You see it is exactly mapping with each other. 1, 4, that is they are mapped to one element. 2, 5, 3, 6. Now you may get a doubt that suppose if we have uneven lists, for example A contains more elements than B, then what will happen? It will ignore the extra elements and it will not consider those. So I have considered 4 elements in A, 3 elements in B. Then how this mapping can happen? Let us just see. You see, The last 10 is completely ignored. So its job is to combine the elements of corresponding indexes. Okay. Now can we apply on 3 lists or 4 lists? Yes, very much. For example, let me consider C equal to 9, 10, 11. Let me name this as D. Now I am trying to combine 3 lists A, B, C. You see, the corresponding positions, the elements of corresponding positions are combined. 1, 4, 9, 2, 5, 10, 3, 6, 11. What about this 10? That is ignored. Okay, so this is how zip function works. Next, zip function is helpful when we do this addition on 2D arrays, etc. Next, let us focus on map and filter functions. So map, we have already seen how we used map for this reading input. What is the nature of map? Map repeatedly applies a function on the list. Okay, that is the nature of map. First, let me write one small function here, fact. The name of this function is f and it takes one parameter x. So this is to find the factorial of a given number. Initially I am assuming the factorial as 1. Then I will be running for I in range 1 comma x plus 1. I am writing code to find the factorial. Okay, fact equal to or fact multiplied by equal to I. Fact into fact multiplied by I. Okay. Return fact. This is the code to find the factorial of a number. If you do not know functions, you need not worry. Try to understand the code. Then when we discuss functions as a separate topic, I can elaborately explain on this one. Def, this is the function. What is the name of the function? F, and it is taking one parameter. Now I have one list of elements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 elements are there in my list, and I would like to find the factorial of each and every number. Instead of running some for loop for 5 times or 10 times and then calling the function again and again, what I can do simply is the result is going to be, the result of this map function is a list. I am storing that result in B or else factorials. Let me name that list as factorials. Factorials equal to, I will be applying map function. And what is the first parameter of the map function? The name of the function that is to be repeatedly called on the list. The name of the function is f here, and what is the list here? A. Then the result of this will be a map object. When we try to print the elements of the map object, it can't happen. So let us explicitly convert this to list. Now print factorials. 1, 2, 6, 24, 120. Perfect. So what we did here, we used map function to repeatedly apply a function on each and every element of the list. Okay. So the result will be a list of results and that will be displayed. Or else if there is something like print something, so that will be happening repeatedly without returning anything. So this is how map works. We have already seen the working of map while reading inputs from the user, multiple inputs from the user. Next, similarly, let me work on filter. What is the difference between map and filter? Map will apply the function to each and every element of the list, and the return value will be grabbed into the form of the list. That is the nature of map. But filter, what it will do is, it especially works with true and false values. For whatever the element it is true, only that element will be considered, and the element for which it is false, that element will not be considered. Okay, that is the nature of filter. So let me define one function to find the factorial of a number. Def prime, it takes one parameter x, then if I will be writing logic for this prime, if n less than 2, return. Please remember, filter especially works with true and false return values. Return false, I equal to 2, then while I am writing efficient logic for this finding prime numbers. In other videos, I will try to explain the logic of this one. For now, you please consider this is the logic to find the prime numbers. While I square less than or equal to n, if x percent I equal to 0, return false. Why we are returning false? If it is divisible by one number, it is not a prime number. That's why we are returning false. If we can't return false, return true. Now I remember the efficient code to check whether the given number is prime or not is made as another video, and it is available in prime numbers playlist. Please go and watch that. I forgot to mention that earlier. Okay. Return true. Now I will be applying prime with filter. Let me separate this code. This is the example for map. Now I will be applying for this prime. What I will do is, I will be taking one list by name P, or else I will directly print. What is the problem in printing? Nothing. So print filter list of filter. What is the name of the function? Prime, comma. Instead of list, I will be considering range 1, comma 100. So my intention is to print the prime numbers in the range 1 to 100. Can I print this with this filter function? Let us just run this code and see. Name error, n is not defined. So this is not n, this is x. Yeah, I have rectified those errors. Let us run the code. What is the problem? Yeah, the problem here is it is this while loop fell into infinite loop. I didn't update this I value. I plus equal to 1. Now let me interrupt this execution and then run it again. Yeah, perfect. So 1, 2, 6, 24, 120 is the result of that map function, finding factorials of each and every number, and this is the result of filter function. So what this filter will do, unlike map, it will be removing some values based on the criteria. Especially this filter function works with true and false values. Okay. So I think I have covered all the functions of lists. This map, filter, len, reversed, these can also be applied on other iterables or other data types also. So when we discuss them, we will discuss all these things again. Okay, so I hope you understood the content. Let me quickly summarize what I have covered in this video. So I have considered list methods and list functions. Then what is the difference between list method and list function? List methods are applied on list objects. Functions will take list as the parameter and they will return function they will return function or they will return integer. For example, len will return integer, it will not return function. So obviously they will be taking list as a parameter. Then some methods were not discussed earlier, so those methods I have covered now, like copy, reverse, sort. These I have not covered in earlier videos, I have covered them. Then I majorly focused on list functions. I discussed zip, enumerate, sorted, reversed, len, map and filter. Map and filter are very important functions. Without map and filter also we can write our logic, conventional logic, and we can get through. That is not the matter. But if you are familiar with map and filter, you can write the code in an efficient manner and in a quick manner. Okay, so that's all folks. I hope the video is clear and I hope you liked the content. If you have liked the content, please like the video and share it among your friends. Thank you.